It is your constitutional right to carry a gun in the state of Illinois if you have the proper licenses. But some
Here we go.
black gun owners say their rights are being violated. CBS News Chicago investigator Dorothy Tucker uncovered several cases where they were stopped by police and charged with felonies despite having everything in order, leaving them to pick up the pieces of their lives.
We did something that's never been done before, watermelon cheesecake.
A cheesecake tasting in the south suburbs. Louis McWilliams' dream is to grow his business.
It's gonna blow you away.
I like it.
All was good.
Oh my God, it's so good. I told you. This just looks like a Jolly Rancher.
Until this.
Like I can say right now, Mr. McWilliams.
I'm an entrepreneur. I have a company, a cheesecake company called Ann's Flavored Cheesecakes.
At the time of this interview, Louis faced a felony charge.
This has been very traumatic for me. I feel like my rights was violated.
His Second Amendment rights. Louis is an avid gun owner.
Just got me the AR top, one in the middle.
In April, Louis was pulled over on the south side, West 79th Street. He had a missing front plate.
Hey, that's how you doing, boss? Good, good.
The first thing he did, tell the officers he had a gun.
Okay, where's your firearm?
On my side.
Okay, you got your concealed carry license?
According to state law, in order to carry a legal gun in your car, you need a firearms license, better known as a FOID card, and a concealed and carry license, commonly called a CCL. This is Louis's card, and it's valid. That's what he handed the officers.
He looks at him. He said, okay, cool, this is perfect.
Only it wasn't.
Concealed carry, it didn't pop up.
Oh.
It didn't pop up on Leeds, the database operated by the Illinois State Police. Police recommended Louis be charged with 2 felonies.
I can say right now, Mr. McWilliams, because we can't verify your concealed carry, okay?
And look here. Prosecutors approved the charges.
He never should have been charged.
Irv Miller is a former prosecutor, once in charge of reviewing police cases.
He showed them a valid CCL card. Not only did they see it, they actually took possession of it and inventoried it.
I haven't got through.
It's right there in CPD's inventory sheet. So why was Louis arrested? That's a question we wanted to ask Superintendent Larry Snelling, but he declined an interview. So we reached out to state police because anytime an officer pulls over a driver who has a gun, the first thing they do is check the state's database to see if that driver has a valid FOID and CCL.
Oh, okay.
So here's the question we asked the state. If a driver like Louis actually hands the police a valid CCL, but the officers don't see the information in the state's database, what should they do?
Not take
The state
enforcement action.
replied, the officers should not take any.
Yeah. So I want to rewind that back a little bit. First of all, this is Instructor Mike. We're going to go on ahead and talk about this because CBS 2 News put that out there in terms of blacks being pulled over and arrested by police, even though they have valid concealed carry and valid FOID cards. So you already know, if you follow me, you probably know that I was going to be tagged in a lot of this, stuff like that, because I just happen to be a popular instructor in Chicago, having taught a lot of people with former law enforcement experience and stuff like that. So I'm qualified, actually very qualified, to be able to speak to this. So let's go on ahead and dive into it without further delay. I just wanted to go on ahead and play that in the beginning. Let's go on ahead and dive into it. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe button, all that great stuff. So let me back this up just a little bit because there's something that the state police put on there. Here we go.
What should they do? The state replied. The officers.
So yeah, the CCL is considered valid pending approval. Now, this is her email that she sent to the Illinois State Police regarding 2 cases. So she talks about 2 cases, and this is CBS 2 News Chicago. She talks about 2 specific cases. So I see the state police's response to 2 specific things. If they can't check the status in Leeds, which is the law enforcement agency's data system, which I was certified in that, all police officers are certified in that in various levels, the officer should not take any law enforcement action, as you would see the state police replying here. And I'll tell you why this occurred. Lazy ass policing. That's exactly what this is. Lazy ass policing. That stop where it took place was on 79th Street, a little bit east of Ashland, I want to say. A little bit east of Ashland. And that's in the 6th Chicago Police District, Gresham. Nothing against the district itself, but a percentage of his officers, I'm not surprised you got lazy ass police officers. I'm not surprised. Got my own personal and professional opinions about these things, but let's go on ahead and let's continue to follow up. And I'll show you another way that they could have fixed this situation, because it is not uncommon for leads to be down. Here we go.
Should not take any law enforcement action as it relates to a potential FOID CCL violation.
Now, I want to put that back up there that you just saw. So here we go. This is them responding to once a CCL is expired, it is expired. If a person submits a renewal, back that up a little bit, because this is going to be for the next case. The CCL is if they consider once a person's CCL is expired, it is expired. If they submit a renewal application before the CCL expires, the CCL is considered valid pending approval. That is going to be effective for the next story that they talk about, because you're going to see that's the same thing that I know to be true. But for this one right here, right, ISP cannot comment on the status of a person's license, things like that. Long and short of it, if they said leads is available 24/7, 365, whatever the case may be, but in the event leads is down, the officer should not take any law enforcement action. So let me tell you how, if I were the police officer in this person's given situation, how I would have approached the stop. Let me get to it where I'm kind of pantomiming, where I'm conducting a traffic stop with this particular person on the stop. There we go. Let me try to get to that video, or that part in the video. Sorry about that. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay, good. So let's go on ahead and blow this up a little bit. Good. Now, hey, what's going on, sir? The reason why I pulled you over is for X amount of offense, right? Do you have your valid concealed carry license, and where is your firearm? Now, he did say, I do have my firearm on me. One of the things that I do not suggest that you see right here is him reaching. When the hand disappears, it accelerates the fear. When the hand disappears, it accelerates the fear. So I have a problem with his hand disappearing, but whatever. He's an upstanding guy, right? Acting in a good manner. Things happen. Put yourself in a positive position where, God forbid, something does happen. Most people are right-handed, not left-handed, but you still want to be prepared, okay? So that's a tactics thing right there. In this given situation, 645, run me whatever, 27 by file. And of course, I'm using suburban 10 code language. Chicago tends to speak on the radio, and they also have MDTs, which is mobile data terminal. They could run his driver's license, run his plate, and see if his FOID and concealed carry license is attached to his registration to the vehicle, or his Illinois state driver's license or state ID. Okay. And given that it may not pop up in the system, here's another way to do it. So, sir, and let me go on ahead and kind of blow myself up so that way you can see me. Hey, sir, no problem. So here's another way that we could check, right? Leads is down. That's how we find out. But me being a concealed carry instructor as well, and a person who processes applications, I know that all you have to do is just log in on your phone, okay, and show me through your portal that it's valid. I want to see you do it, right? So he would have gone ahead and logged into his portal. Let's go on ahead and switch over to the Illinois State Police website, okay? So when you're looking at the Illinois State Police website, here you have it right here. Let me kind of blow it up. Oh, come on, bro. Here we go. I'm trying to blow it up. It's doing its thing. Let's see. Shift 8. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, there we go. So that's the state police website right there, where you can see all you have to do is put in your user ID, password, last name, date of birth, stuff like that. And then it will let you know whether or not it is active. Okay, so I'm going to go on ahead and put my stuff in. Obviously, I'm not going to go on ahead and put it on screen because I don't want y'all to see my stuff. Okay, but I want you to be able to see that it would show that it is in fact active. So I'm going to go on ahead and sign in, right? And you would be able to see that both the concealed carry license and all that other stuff is active. Okay. Let me see any reveal. Okay, good. So I don't have a problem showing that. Bam, right there. It shows that it's active, right? It'll show that it's active. Both your FOID card, it'll show that it's active with your concealed carry license. And as you can see, instructor certification for me is active. It shows that it is active. And that would be another way that they could verify that information through the portal. That's one way that they could verify. Another way that they could verify is, I don't know what happened in this. Oh, okay. Things happen. Let me just go ahead and remove that. All right. Another way that they can show that it is active is if they gone ahead and just, hey, let me get in contact with the state police, because in Chicago, that is Troop 3. Okay. In Chicago, that's Troop 3. It used to be called District Chicago. They can go on ahead and just contact District Chicago and find out, hey, what's going on? Leads is down. So I need to be able to see if a person's FOID card or if their concealed carry license is valid. I need you to go on ahead and check these things out. And what would the state police do? The state police, they have no problem checking those things out. They would go on ahead and check to make sure that the person's status is valid. You could have called Cook County sheriffs. They could have checked it to see that it was valid. There are other ways for you to check to see that it's valid. You could have called a suburban police department. They could have checked to see if it was valid. A suburban dispatch, they could have checked to see if it was valid. There's other ways that you could check to see if leads is down, either for Chicago police, by district, by car. If there's a signal problem in your car, you could have called any number of law enforcement agencies, right? And don't act like you don't work side jobs with other partners who may be on the job at the time to actually see if, hey, could you run this whatever by file and see if this person's license status is valid? He got arrested because of lazy ass police officers. That's exactly what this was. Lazy ass police officers. That's exactly what this was. So to you, buddy, I apologize that this happened. I'm not Chicago, but I apologize that this happened. That is really, really bad for him. That did not have to happen. So let's go on ahead and fast track to another case. Let's go on ahead and look at it. Here we go.
It's nearly impossible to know how many drivers like Lewis are wrongly charged with unlawful gun possession that are later dismissed. Neither the CPD or the Cook County State's Attorney's Office track it.
Because we got to confirm whether it's actually valid or not.
We did find a handful of lawsuits accusing police of violating the rights of legal gun owners.
And I'm sitting in here in the back of a squad car.
Here's the case.
Because my license expired, but I renewed it.
Hear that. Because my license expired, but I renewed it. Here we go.
I'm sitting in here in the back of a squad car because my license expired, but I renewed it.
So let's talk about it. First of all, you're going to learn that in this case, her charges were dropped. But Ohio versus Rayner, 532 U.S. 17, 2001. The purpose of the Fifth Amendment, even though the guilty may use it, is so that your innocent statements may not be used against you to provide the government a causal connection between you and the commission of a crime. Remember when I said that letter that the state police emailed CBS 2 News back saying, once your concealed carry license is expired, it is expired. Period. Point blank. It's expired. What did she just say? And I'm sitting in the back of a squad car, of an effing squad car, because my license is expired, but I renewed it. You may have renewed your license, but at the present time of the stop, it was expired. This is not an uncommon thing. Let's continue to play the rest of the story, and I'll tell you about my experience with my customers, former students, and former students of other instructors who have come to me for their renewal, and what the case of this particular situation is likely to have been. Let's go.
One of those, an irate Lucy Washington.
And it's not my fault that you guys didn't get it in your system.
I'm an entrepreneur, a loving mother. I do everything from real estate. Can't wait to get my guys in here to look at the floors, to rehabbing.
Here's Lucy's story.
I had something wrong with my
In December of 2023, she was stopped for failing to put on her turn signal. Without hesitation, she volunteers.
I am concealed and carry.
As a single woman, Lucy.
Now, again, I am never a fan for you going in your purse. I am never a fan. I'm going to start this story over again. I am never a fan for you going in your purse on a traffic stop. When the hands disappear, it accelerates the fear. Anybody who's ever been to my class knows this, because you don't know what type of officer you're going to get. A percentage of officers are good. A percentage of officers shouldn't be on the department, but you don't know what you're going to get. They don't wear special uniforms to determine the officers who have a lot of complaints and bona fide complaints versus the officers who have complaints but are great officers who do active work, who get complained on, versus officers who have no complaints, who have little experience and can still be tricky. So there's so much nuance to this stuff. Let's go ahead and watch her story again, because there's some stuff about this story that I know to be likely fishy. Let's go.
Here's Lucy's story.
Hi, I had something wrong with my back.
Yes.
In December of 2023, she was stopped for failing to put on her turn signal. Without hesitation, she volunteers.
I am concealed and carry.
As a single woman, Lucy carries a gun for protection.
I have it.
My love, your CCL expired.
I know, but if you pull it up, it'll show that I already tried to renew.
No such monster. No such monster. Ma'am, my love, my love, my love. Your CCL expired. So let me tell you what I experienced being a professional instructor who is blessed to be as popular as I am, who has trained as many people as I have. The likelihood that occurred in this wonderful woman's case, I have no evidence to suggest that she is otherwise. She is not a criminal, but this is a thing that happens. A concealed carry license now has the FOID. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull it up, because I want you to be able to see it. I don't want it to just tell you. I want you to be able to see it. Okay. Sorry about that. Give me. Hold on. I want you to be able to see the new ones. Okay. The images, the new ones. Nope. That's not it. That's kind of it. So I'll still show this one. Yeah, it's kind of it. Okay. I'm going to show this one. So let's look at this real quick. Let me blow this up. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Good. Okay. So as you can see, this is not the most current, but it still proves the point. Here you see State of Illinois firearms owner's identification card. Here you see where it says FOID. You've got that number. You've got that AL number. I honestly don't know what that is. You could ask me. I don't know what it is, but it is a number that's on there. Okay. But you also see where it says indicator CCL. Now it just says CCL : yes. But what is something that you don't see? Expiration date. You do not see the expiration date on there. So because you don't see the expiration date on there, what usually happens is you have people who get concealed carry licenses. And when they get their concealed carry licenses, they carry their firearm, as this young lady did, right? But 9 times out of 10, you don't go to the range like you should, right? And there's no legal requirement saying that you have to go to the range. But because you don't go to the range like you should, because you don't purchase firearms, because you don't purchase ammunition, because you probably are carrying your firearm, as is your right, to likely have a security blanket, right? So that you can go places where without that gun, you normally wouldn't go. But with that gun, now you want to go down that dangerous alley and you want to go to all the dangerous blocks, talking about some, hey, my friends live in O Block. You don't even go over there without that gun. I'm not saying that's her, but I'm saying that's what people do, right? So because you don't have that constant situation that you're always in, where there's a need to have to pull out your FOID card to purchase ammo, pull out your FOID card to go to the range and show them that you have a valid FOID card, or that you possess that actual physical card so that you can go onto the range and shoot. Because you don't have that, right? You don't get the constant exposure to seeing the card. Seeing the card, seeing the card, seeing the card, seeing. You see what I'm saying? You don't get that constant exposure to seeing the card because you don't log into your firearms owner's identification card portal, www.ispfsb.com. I'm going to put that on the screen. www.ispfsb.com. That's the website. To apply for your FOID, your concealed carry license, visit www.ispfsb.com. When you make your account, and if you're always in your portal all the time, what do you see right here? Expiration date. That's for your FOID card. What do you see? Expiration date. That's for your concealed carry, right? They are not on the card anymore, right? They're in the portal. You need to put that in your phone. You need to put that in your calendar. Whether it be a hard calendar in your office or a calendar on your you got a smartphone and aren't even using that smartphone. You need to use that smartphone. It's there for a reason. And that's likely the case that don't get me wrong, beautiful person, right? Wonderful occupation that she's in, but she's so busy doing what does she say she does? Real estate. What does she say she does? A lot of other different things. And let's talk facts. Likes. When people say, oh man, Mike, I can't wait to come back to you to get extra training. I'm like, BS. In my mind, I don't say that to you, but in my mind, I'm like, BS. Once you get outside these doors, life is going to life. You are not going to think about taking a class again. You're not going to think about anything else until you get the notification from the Illinois State Police. And you will get that notification. I'm going to show you what that notification looks like. You will get that notification that it is time to renew. It is time to renew. It is time to renew. I'm going to show you the letter. Right? I'm going to show you the letter. Here we go. Okay, yeah. I'm going to show you the letter and what it looks like. Okay. Give me one hot minute. Got to do a couple of things. Bam. Here we go. Do a couple of things. Let me share this tab so you can see it. Here is the letter right here. Okay. What does it say? Let me blow it up so that you can see, because the state police will send you the letter. They don't play around with this stuff. What does it say? Dear Michael Aaron Brown, y'all know my name, I don't care. Illinois State Police records indicate your current firearm concealed carry license, card number, blah, 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 blah. Y'all saw those numbers already. I don't care. Is scheduled to expire 12/23/2021. To renew your CCL, please visit the ISP website. Firearm Services website at www.ispfsb.com. If you have not logged into the online portal since March 15, 2015, you will need to register as a new user. You see what I'm saying? They say all this stuff. States, COVID, disaster proclamation, all that stuff. Call the Firearm Services Bureau 217-782-7980, right? CCL licensees must maintain a valid FOID card in order to maintain the right to possess a CCL, right? What do you have to do? You will need to upload a recent photo and your 3-hour renewal training certificate or exemption, right? I'm just saying this for me was during the COVID-19. The letter has since changed, right? Your concealed carry license, it must be currently active. It must currently be active for you to have the benefits of being able to carry during the renewal period. If your current license is not active during that renewal period and has expired, your license, as the state police has said, is expired. You don't get to then claim, well, it expired, but I renewed it. Well, that means during the renewal period, your license is still what? Put it in the comments. Expired, right? So the first case, that was lazy policing. This case, you just don't understand. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna give you grace. You don't understand how this works. Let's continue to watch it. Here we go.
Lucy tries to explain that the email showing proof she renewed is on her phone.
My phone and fell.
Only she can't find it. This is the email from the state Lucy was trying to show the police. It says if you apply for renewal, you're eligible to possess a license.
Now, here we go. What she did not read in that email is if you applied for a renewal during the period that the card is active, you are able to still carry pending renewal. with an active license. See, the reporter, God bless her heart, her intentions were well. I'll give her that. But if the reporter herself did not take a concealed carry class, she wouldn't understand the process. And if she took that concealed carry class, is your instructor a curriculum regurgitator, or is your instructor an actual instructor who not only understands the law, Chapter 430 Illinois Compiled Statutes Act 66, or Chapter 430 Illinois Compiled Statutes Act 65? 65 is the FOID, 66 is the Concealed Carry Act. Do you understand the provisions of those acts? Or are you just regurgitating something someone taught you to say without understanding the specifics of the law? Where you go to get your training actually matters, because these are the type of situations you get stuck in when you get incorrectly taught, or in fairness, when you do get taught by a wonderful instructor like or better than me. I'm humble, like or better than me, because there are instructors who are way better than me. I submit, right? But you don't do what you're supposed to do to maintain that knowledge. Facts, right? Let's push.
Is on her phone.
My phone is still.
Only she can't find it. This is the email from the state Lucy was trying to show the police. It says if you apply for renewal, you're eligible. It is on her phone.
Let me go back to that email.
Phone is still.
Only she can't find it. This is the email from the state Lucy was trying to show the.
Now, I'm looking at this email. It says, thank you for submitting. I'm looking at it at the top. If you can zoom in and see it, that's cool. Thank you for submitting your application for an Illinois State Police concealed carry license. The Illinois State Police will review your license pending, pretty much what it says, under the authority. Here we go. Come on. Under the authority of Chapter 430 Illinois Compiled Statutes Act 66, Section 70E, a license is invalid upon expiration of the license unless the licensee has submitted an application to renew the license and the applicant is otherwise eligible to possess a license under this act, right? Your license expired. Your license expired, right? Your license expired. So if your license expired, it is expired. You are only able to use that provision if you applied and the license was active. Now, there is a grace period after expiration where they may allow you to apply. But once that is passed, you have to take the class all over again. And if you went to a concealed carry instructor who knows what they're talking about because they've experienced it, they know how the state works, right? There is the statute and there is the way that the state works. Those are two different things, right? Nothing against this young lady. Nothing against this young lady. Nothing against this young lady. You just don't know. You just don't know, right? You just don't know. And do you get your text notifications to your phone? I do, right? State police will text you. Do you get your email notifications to your email? I know I do. State police will email you. So this isn't necessarily one of those, well, the police messed up. No, this is more likely than not a case of life was lifing. She was doing such an outstanding job with all the other things that she does. And she just didn't keep up with her license and stuff and allowed it to expire. I get customers like that all the time. I got a renewal class this weekend. I got a concealed carry class this weekend. I run across this stuff weekly, daily, all the time. Okay. So that's it for, what I just want to talk about. Just make sure you get into a class, make sure you get your stuff together. Hey, I don't know what else to say about this, right? I don't know what else to say about this. Just make sure that you take care of your business. You're supposed to make sure you put those reminders in your phone, like how you're supposed to in your calendar, and make sure you stay abreast of, current law, right? So that you don't go through these things. All right. Don't want to waste any more of your time. This is Instructor Mike. You've been trained. I will see you all